How many things are you trying to remember right now? Bills coming up? The oil change? The dentist appointment you keep pushing? Your cousin's birthday? Is it next week or the week after? Your buddy going through a rough patch? You said you'd grab a beer with him weeks ago. The phone call to your dad you keep putting off. You said you'd hit the gym this week. You wanted to read more, eat better, get to bed before midnight, drink more water, stretch in the morning. None of these are new ideas. They're things you keep meaning to do consistently and never quite do. That project at work you've been avoiding. The email you've been meaning to send. The thing your boss asked for last Thursday. And then there's the bigger stuff. The trip you keep saying you'll plan. The book you want to write. The business idea that hit you in the shower last month. You scribbled it on a sticky note, and now you can't find the sticky note. The skill you keep saying you'll learn. The version of yourself you keep saying you'll become someday. Your brain wasn't built to hold all of this, but you keep trying, because no one ever gave you a better way. That's why your free time doesn't feel free. That's why your good ideas keep stalling. That's why you can't fall asleep at 11 p.m. Carrying it all in your head isn't a flaw. It's just what your brain does when no one ever gave you a system. This is the system I built to fix that. It's one Google Doc with subtabs that lives in your Google Drive, and both are completely free. You don't pay a thing. The doc is a template that gives you a closed-loop system addressing every area of your life, all organized in one place. Download the Google Docs and Google Drive apps on your phone, sign in with the same account, and put a shortcut to the doc right on your home screen. Now your entire time management system goes wherever you are. You're at the grocery store and realize you forgot your shopping list at home. Doesn't matter. Pull up the shortcut. It's right there. Lying in bed when a business idea hits you. Same shortcut. Goes straight into brainstorming. You do the daily work on your computer. You capture life on the fly from your phone. Same doc, same data, always with you. The system has a quick start guide built right in. It walks you through setting it up step by step the first time. After that, it's just yours. Inside that one doc are a few tabs. Each one does a specific job. Together, they form a closed loop that runs in about 30 minutes a day. Let me walk you through it. The foundation of the whole system is the 8 categories. This is your life balance map. Health, finances, career, relationships, personal growth, inner life, joy and recreation, your home environment. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Most of the stress and anxiety in your life isn't random. It comes from quietly neglecting one or more of these categories. And the neglect doesn't stay contained. It bleeds. Neglect your health, and you can't show up to work the way you want to. Neglect your relationships, and you can't sit with a book and actually be in the moment. You're too distracted by the people you've been avoiding. Neglect your inner life, and money won't fill the hole. Neglect your finances, and the stress follows you into every other category, whether you like it or not. Each one feeds the others, or starves them. That's why this map matters. It forces you to see all 8 at once, and stop pretending one neglected category isn't dragging the others down with it. You fill it out honestly. What's working, what's not, where you're scoring high, where you're failing. You do the reflection. You look in the mirror. And if it's not blatantly obvious where you're falling short, the system even has an AI prompt built in to give you an outside perspective, to look at what you actually did this week and show you what you've been neglecting. Not what you intended, what the evidence shows. Here's what happens the first time you fill this out. You realize how many categories of your life you actually have. You see how many things matter to you that you've been quietly neglecting. The hobby you used to love. The friend you haven't called in months. The body you keep meaning to take care of. The part of your career you keep saying you'll develop. Most people will tell you their life is in balance. Almost none of them mean it. This system is for the people willing to take an honest accounting. The 8 categories becomes the foundation for everything else. It tells you what belongs in your daily routine. It tells you which projects belong in your master plan. It tells you when you're out of balance, before life makes the decision for you. From the 8 categories, you build your daily routine. This is where the loop lives, your daily, weekly, and monthly tasks all in one place. Here's something most productivity advice misses. Most of your productive hours aren't spent on novel work. They're spent on repetitive things. Workouts, meal prep, cleaning, housework, financial check-ins, time with family, prayer or meditation, journaling, deep work blocks, the repeating habits that quietly build a life worth living. The daily routine names those repetitive things and gives them a home. You build it based on what the 8 categories tells you actually matters, and once a week, you review it, making minor adjustments at most. That way your routine evolves with you, without having to reinvent the wheel every week. Then every morning, you just show up and run it. You stop having to decide each day what's important. It's already decided. Next, the master plan, your external brain. Tasks and projects organized by category, so nothing falls through the cracks. You've got day tasks for today, weekly tasks for this week, errands for the things to do while you're out, work and career for the job stuff, projects for the bigger efforts, house and environment for repairs and maintenance, relationships for the people you need to reach out to, waiting for things you're waiting on someone else for. The dentist appointment goes in errands. The big presentation you've been putting together for next month goes in work and career. The call to your dad goes in relationships. The leaking faucet goes in house. Each thing has a home. You stop having to remember any of it because it's right where you'll see it tomorrow morning. Then there's brainstorming. This is where the creative process happens. Every morning you spend 5 to 10 minutes here. Just dump. The idea that hit you in the shower. The new habit you're considering. The business name that came to you mid-conversation. The recipe you want to try. The book idea you can't shake. The point of this tab is to keep creativity out of your master plan. Your master plan is for things you're actively doing. Brainstorming is for things you're playing with. Creativity needs its own space. Somewhere ideas can be wild without becoming commitments. And here's the other thing. Once you've been using the system for a few weeks, you build the habit of knowing exactly where things go. An idea hits you while you're driving. You don't lose it. You pull up the shortcut on your phone, drop it in brainstorming, and keep going. The system follows you around. Your brain finally has a place to send things, so it stops having to hold them. Then, someday maybe. This is your pressure valve. Good ideas that aren't ready yet. The trip to Japan you've been dreaming about. The kitchen renovation. Learning Spanish. The cabin you want to buy someday. The side business you've thought about for years. The book you want to write eventually. These don't belong on a to-do list. They just create guilt. They belong here, where they're safe. Once a month, you review them and ask honestly, is the time right now? If yes, you move it to the master plan with a clear first step. If no, you leave it. If you don't want it anymore, you delete it without guilt. And there's a daily journal where you reflect each morning. 5 to 15 minutes. Face the 7 deadly sins honestly. Most of your shortcomings fall into one of these categories. You just don't usually name them. Spent 3 hours doom scrolling on your phone last night instead of doing your routine? That's sloth. Could you have spent that time hitting the workout? Reading the book? Making the call to your friend? How about lust? Do you have a daily habit of clearing your browser history? What could you have done with that time instead? Just about anything else on your routine, probably. The point isn't to beat yourself up. The point is to see clearly. The guided journaling helps you zero in and rewrite the script. Instead of doom scrolling, I could have done this. Instead of pushing off that call to my dad, I could have just picked up the phone. It's cognitive behavioral therapy in a notebook, quietly rewriting the script of your life. Now, about that weekly review. This is what keeps the routine honest about your real life. Not enough time to journal every single day? Make it weekly. Still too busy? Monthly. Too slammed to hit the gym? Modify it. 20-minute workout at home. The routine adjusts to you. You don't adjust to it. That's the difference between a system that helps you and a system that breaks you. You're not chasing somebody else's perfect day. You're examining your life and running the script that fits. That's the loop. Every morning, you open the doc. You journal. You sort yesterday's notes into the master plan. You spend 10 minutes brainstorming. You pick your top priorities for today. You run through your daily and weekly tasks. Once a week, you review the 8 categories. Once a month, you revisit someday maybe. About 30 minutes a day, sometimes less. And here's the thing about that 30 minutes. It's not extra time. It's time you're already losing. Right now, you're spending hours each week half thinking about what you should be doing, what you're forgetting, what you're behind on. That's the mental tax of running your life from your head. And it's actually worse than that. It's paralysis by analysis. You finally get a free hour, and you spend the first 20 minutes thinking, I could do this, or I could work on that, or maybe I should do this other thing, and then you drift, you scroll, the hour's gone, nothing got done. This system stops that drift. You open the doc, you look at your routine, you see what's missing, you get to work. The decision is already made. It takes those scattered thoughts and gives them one home. Same mental energy, better results. You're not adding work to your day. You're saving yourself the mental bandwidth of trying to hold it all. Here's what changes when you've been running this for a while. You stop forgetting. The birthdays, the bills, the doctor's appointments, the friend you owe a call. The system holds it all so you don't have to. And remember the book you'd been meaning to write? You've actually been writing it. 30 minutes a day, every morning for 2 years. It's 250 pages now. You're deciding hardcover or paperback. You stop neglecting. The categories you used to push to the bottom of the list start getting your time. Not because you're forcing them, because they have a place now and the place is staring back at you. And this is the real prize. You can finally be present. When you're with your kids, you're not running through a mental list of everything you're forgetting. When you're at dinner with a friend, you're not half distracted by what you haven't gotten to. When you sit down to rest, you can actually rest, because the system is holding it, not you. You stop asking yourself, am I doing the right thing right now? Should I be doing something else? The answer is already in the doc. You just follow it. And then you go live your life. This isn't a system that rules your life. It's a system you fall back on so your life can stop ruling you. You're already trying to do all of this. You're just doing it scattered. This puts it in one place. If you're ready to start, the links to both templates are in the description below. There's the core template, the simpler version with everything you need to get the system running tomorrow morning. Just follow the quick start guide built into the doc. And there's the full template, which builds on the core with additional sections. How to use this routine for healing past trauma, how to apply it in your relationships and dating life, and how to develop your leadership through the routine. Either way, make a copy. Save it to your Google Drive. Follow the quick start guide. You will never be more free than when you do the work.